All right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Tim Lyons, joined in studio by Randy Angston. What's up, man?
Hello, my friend.
Grow Summit, September 4th through 6th, y'all. FitProGrowSummit.com, Nashville.
Yes.
Awesome show, guys. We got a ton of stuff to talk about, but let's jump right into this episode. We're talking about hooking your horse to the wrong wagon.
Yeah.
Or being careful. What do we mean by that? So like at the end of the day, it's so interesting. It's not funny. It's very interesting. You look at the trends in the fitness industry. I don't have them in front of me, but I remember waves of things happening. For a while, it was aerobic or calisthenic, and it was
Jazzercise.
Then it was like high intensity interval training, and then it was a little bit of CrossFit. It was randomized workouts. Then it's then it's the advent of the tools that come along with the fitness programs. It's the TRX was huge, sandbags, kettlebells, battle ropes, and now it's High Rocks as this running program. It's just interesting to see trends. Now, the people that create the product that goes with the trend, they're the big winners.
Oh, for sure.
Because they're selling their product and they're selling it as a solution for X, Y, or Z. A lot of times it's you'll get better results or you'll make more money when you bring in this system. Or
you see it, right? Like the whole, let's just use a group class, for example, right? The whole class then went to a sandbag workout. Right. Or the whole class is now using kettlebells or battle ropes, so it was like you took the tool and it made it your identity of training associated with just the tool itself.
Very, very good point. That's the thing. That's the trend, right? So this tool comes out and you learn or you get certified in it, and then that tool becomes your new identity, and that's the biggest problem.
Correct. I would agree, because
the trend is going to come and go. If I remember TRX for a long time, that was like the tool you had to have. And the good news about the TRX was like $150.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, a high end treadmill or something. That
vibration plates,
trampoline.
Yeah. Please, bungee. Let's get into it. Let's do it. Let's change your gym to a bungee gym.
And so you get your horse saddled up or hooked up to this tool that is a trend that dies over time.
Your cart hooked up to that. Yeah.
Yeah, their cart, your horse is whatever. You get the analogy. But the point is that tool goes away.
Yeah.
Or the trend or the allure of it goes away. And you're stuck with this identity that you've hooked into. Again, with going back to the TRX, like there was full-blown TRX gyms.
Mm-hmm.
The whole gym was a TRX. They had these big like TP looking towers like V's, and then they had all the TRXs hanging down, and they would bring them out to the events. They perform better and stuff. While I believe that TRX, for example, is a good tool, I would never tell anybody to put their whole gym model identity under a tool.
Well, let's talk about some of the situations where gyms have done that. I mean, CrossFit's a perfect example, right? If you've associated your entire identity to a brand, a tool, something like that, you're also at what am I trying to say? You're at the control of that, right? Like that's controlling your success to some degree.
Sure.
When CrossFit started to kind of downturn, right, and injuries and the unfortunate death at the event and things like that, and people started to disassociate, like the marketplace, right, stopped looking at CrossFit as the solution that they wanted. The gyms that the whole identity was CrossFit, they had no choice but to take the hit.
They go down with it.
Yep.
And it was none of theirs doing.
Correct.
And so look, this business is hard enough. And that's why like a franchise, while there's some good sides to it, as far as systems and operations, there's so many bad sides to it too, because you're at the risk of some bad operator in another state making the news because they did something really stupid in their gym, and now your whole brand, your model is tarnished because some guy you have no control over.
Completely out of your control, yeah.
And you may be a great operator, but some, dodo ended up doing something real dumb in another one.
Yeah.
And so there's that. And then again, like you said, the CrossFit, but like going back to even Zumba or Zumba studios or spin. Well, spin might be a little different. Let's take the whole idea of all of these tools and not put our identity to what the tool is. We're not a kettlebell gym. We're not all kettlebells for every movement in the gym, but we'll leverage the tool for particular movements in the global grand scheme of resistance training.
There you go. Yeah.
Resistance training isn't going anywhere.
So it's like talking like micro versus macro, right?
Yeah.
Macro being more like the movement, the type of training, not the tool specific, right?
There you go.
Like the type of training being done in resistance training, strength training, is that it's not going anywhere. Right.
It's been the beginning of time. You go back to the old strongman stuff. They were lifting these, dumbbells with the big, round balls on the ends, the strongmans and stuff. And they're like, look, guys, resistance training, the science is proven strength training is the way.
Mm-hmm.
How you do it, it's up to you. Now, I understand like the need or the idea to create a unique mechanism to get the result. Give you an example. These things are popping up now. This EMF.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
These suits that you put on your body, and it shocks your muscles to contract, and there's all these little electrodes on it, and you're in this little like skin diving suit, like you're like a scuba diver.
Yeah.
It's like a wetsuit. That's what it is, with a zip thing, and you got all these like electrodes on you. I can understand the thing that says the reason we get results in our gym is this suit that you wear, but it's a trend and it's a fad, and that thing's going to disappear as fast as it shows up. But guess what isn't? Strength training.
Yeah.
Lift in the barbell with your, put it on your back and do movement.
It's almost like a way of thinking about it is like, can I do what I do every day without the tool? Without that specific tool, right? Can you do the same workout without that suit on and get a similar result? Or can I do that with something else and get the result that we're looking for, right? Like, is it interchangeable, or am I dependent upon everything has to happen in this suit, right? That's the only way that we can get a result. That's where you're at the mercy of that organization, that tool.
Yeah, well, when this place opened up, I'm like, you know what? They're doing free classes. Let me throw my fat ass in this suit. Let me see what happens.
Tim or two of them simultaneously.
So they didn't have a suit that fit me, right? Like,
yeah,
I'm not the big. Like, I got friends way bigger than me, but like I'm bigger than a normal person, and so I go in and it was like the double X didn't fit. So they had to go open this new suit. It was like a triple X. Okay, now. I don't look at that as a knock, because like I know I'm a little bit bigger, right? But like, what if a overweight, like heavy 400-pounder dude comes in, he's got to get a 5X suit? Doesn't make you feel great.
Heck no.
So already you're losing the game. Then I'm in a dressing room, butt naked, trying to slip my ass into the suit, and I can get it, but like my arm is going to reach around to zip the thing up. So like now I got to come out with the like a hospital gown, open up in the back, and I asked this, little trainer, 23-year-old trainer chick, hey, hit me one time with the zipper, and they zip you up. Oh, man, it's nice and snug, right? Now I'm like walking around, like, have you ever seen a bench suit, like somebody with their arms are straight out, walking around like Frankenstein,
like Randy from Christmas Story with all the coats.
That's right. So I'm out there and I'm doing the workout, and at the end of the day, I was sore.
Sure,
but is that the goal? I guess for them. So it was like contracting. It would like lock up my arm. I'm like, yo, dude, chill out with the thing. My arm's locked up again. So you literally could do the workout, or you could stand there and you would get shocked with these little things. I'm like, dude, this can't last. It just can't. Like, there's 50 things wrong with that.
And just imagine there are full businesses that is all that they offer.
That's it. That's the place I went to.
Yep. And unfortunately, as that phase comes and goes, so does that business.
Yeah.
Or they're forced to pivot. And that's a really hard part too, because a lot of them are franchises. Yeah. Right? So then what can you and can you not do within the franchise agreements? Can you save your business even though their franchise is failing? Yeah. They have nothing else to provide you. to get, to circumvent the downtrend of the tool that they've hooked their cart to. And yet you're 100% at that mercy as a business owner. So
here's the solutions, right? It's right. And we're giving you all these like problems. Like, here's a solution. The core of your delivery, of your programming should be strength training, resistance training. That should be the core of it. The tools you use are irrelevant. You want to use a kettlebell overhead press today? Cool. Dumbbell? Cool. Fixed barbell? Cool. Regular barbell? Cool. Doesn't matter. You want to use a TRX today? Do some body weight stuff, assisted squat? Cool. You want to use a battle rope to finish for Metcon? Cool. Do that. You want to jump on this sled or this, those tank things, or if you want to use a landmine today, cool. It doesn't matter. You program the movements and decide on the tools, but your gym is not a kettlebell gym. Your gym is not a TRX gym. Your gym is not a tool-based gym. It's strength training is your core product. And then the tools, you decide how to use them. You may find great uses for some, and some, you may have a TRX in there that you don't use for half of your clients, and half of the clients you do.
Sure.
Cool. But you're not a TRX training gym.
Yep.
See the point we're trying to make? So listen, guys, there's trends, micro and macro. There's things that come and go in this industry. Circuit training was one. At the end of the day, what isn't going away is strength training. Stick with strength training as your core offering. You'll be just fine.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully that helps you guys. Until next show, keep changing lives. We'll see you on the next one. All right. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Built to Grow podcast. If you want more help growing your business, join our free Facebook group, Profit Accelerator, helping training gyms grow to $30,000 a month and beyond. We'd love to see you there. Go check out the show notes for the link and keep building something great. And we'll see you in the next episode.